Please stop crying. There's nothing to be sad about. All right? Mommy's gonna put you down, but you gotta stop crying. Hi, angels. Welcome back to my channel. What's up, squad? Listen, ignore my hair. This is my sad attempt at the Priscilla Presley hair. It's not great, but it'll do for this video. If you have watched my channel for any amount of time, you would know that I am a huge fan of Sofia Coppola and her films. I actually have a vlog where I met Sofia Coppola at her book signing. If you're interested in that, definitely go check it out. But I thought it would be fun to do a little Priscilla movie review / discussion while I attempt the Priscilla Presley makeup. I'm specifically going off of her wedding look, reference photo here. It looks really complicated, but it's actually fairly simple. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to one of my patrons. She sent me this Lana Del Rey sweatshirt. How cute is this? I'm gonna have her shop linked in my description box. She's so sweet and you should definitely support her, support small businesses. If you're a Lana Del Rey fan, you need one of these for sure. This is so cute and I thought it was kind of fitting for today's video. Kinda, not really. Lana Del Rey really has nothing to do with Priscilla Presley, but she also has everything to do with her. Also, this color just fits the color palette of the film so well. Spoiler, I loved this film. And to do this makeup tutorial today, I am going to use the Priscilla and Half Magic collab. It comes with a mascara and an eyeliner. I mean, this is so slay. I saw the ad for this on my TikTok For You page, and I immediately went and bought it because how could I not have this? How could I not have this? Is it uncanny? How does it look? I'm really excited to try this out. I don't know if Half Magic's products are any good, but we will see. So, Priscilla, the film, if I could give it a ranking, I would give it a solid 10 out of 10. For context, okay, I have read the novel. I read the novel Elvis and Me before I saw the movie. By the way, I'm using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is the shade Light Ivory to brighten up my under eyes. I'm just blending that in so that I don't look as exhausted as I am right now. The insomnia has been in full swing, guys. Pray for your girl. And I want to bring that up on the lid as well. I absolutely adore Sofia Coppola's work for so many reasons. I love the fact that she tells the stories of young women, and I love that the story she always picks has an element of isolation or being the underdog to her films. She's really good at capturing loneliness. There could be no other person to adapt Priscilla Presley's story other than Sofia Coppola, because Priscilla Presley's story is so laced with loneliness and isolation that it only makes sense for Sofia Coppola to direct this film. I mean, look at The Virgin Suicides, look at Marie Antoinette. It's about women being a fish out of water, and it's told through this lens of softness and femininity, and that is why I love Sofia Coppola so much. I relate to her films so much because I think a lot of girls can say that, because we inherently experience this glittery, beautiful, soft world, but we also experience heartache and despair and loneliness and isolation and male manipulation, and we'll get into that in a minute. Okay, now that this is all blended out, I'm going to set it with powder. Taking the Creme Shop translucent powder. I love this powder for setting. Honestly, this is like my holy grail. Setting those under eyes so that they don't crease and don't move, and also set the top of your eye so that we have a nice blank set canvas for that eye look. You want it to be a blank canvas, and then we can add all the fun stuff. I feel like due to the subject matter of Priscilla Presley's story, it's really hard to discuss this film without discussing Elvis, obviously, and Elvis's effect on Priscilla as a person and as specifically as a young girl. I feel like we can't have this conversation without talking about the age gap between those two. And I want to state that this also brings up the conversation of, are we able to separate the art from the artist? Are we able to appreciate Elvis as the icon that he is, and also acknowledging what he did to Priscilla? The role he played in Priscilla's life was one of grandiose and huge gestures, and he was a man that was so larger than life, and naturally Priscilla's life with him was the exact same way. It was glitzy, it was glamorous, it was larger than life, it was grandiose, but it was also toxic and it was also borderline mentally abusive towards Priscilla, and Elvis 100% groomed Priscilla Presley. And I know that's such a dirty word, but what else do you call a 24-year-old man seeking out a romantic relationship with a 14-year-old girl? Because that's how it was. That's what truly happened. And I know it was a different time back then. That doesn't mean that Priscilla did not suffer. And I feel like a lot of people have a tendency to dismiss her story. And I'm really glad that Sofia Coppola took on such a complicated, glamorous story. I honestly really want to see the film again. I've been looking forward to this film all year long as soon as I heard about it, because I've always been fascinated with the Presleys. But the fact that Sofia Coppola was telling her story, like, that is my Joker. This was my Joker. All right, now that my face is set, I'm going to go in and start doing contouring on my nose. I do this the same every time I do my makeup. I keep it fairly simple. I just slim it down a little bit and create a little cute button nose. Like Priscilla, she had such a beautiful she had such a beautiful nose. That's such a weird thing to say, but she did. And I want to say something. Kaylee Spaney killed it as Priscilla. She was so convincing as Priscilla. She portrayed Priscilla's naivete so well, especially when Priscilla was younger, when she first met Elvis. And I want to make it clear too that just because this movie is beautiful to look at, because it is, Sofia Coppola's movies are always beautiful to look at, no matter the subject matter and how dark it is not something to romanticize. And I feel like because this movie is going to be all over Pinterest, because it's stunning. I mean, the color palette is right up my alley. It's insane. It's pastels and bright pinks and gold and cream and black, and just the most beautiful color palette ever. Sofia Coppola is so good. She's so good getting the most beautiful shots, and all of her shots are so focused in on details. Like, she'll show a pair of shoes thrown on the floor, she'll show food that's already been eaten, and just all these little details that add so much, adds to the story in a way that really matters to the viewer, in a way that gives the viewer a pleasant, gorgeous viewing experience. Especially if you're like a girly girl, then you're gonna eat this movie up. Like, absolutely. Priscilla's wardrobe, the color palette, the cinematography is all so stunning. And I know it's going to be all over Pinterest. It's gonna be all over TikTok, and that's great. And that's something that should be celebrated. The beauty of the film is something to be celebrated, absolutely. But I say all that to say, Elvis and Priscilla, as iconic as they were in pop culture, is not a relationship that anybody should romanticize. It was such a power play, a real power dynamic, and a 24-year-old man pursuing a 14-year-old girl is already a power imbalance, but especially it being Elvis Presley, the biggest star at the time in the world, was even more of a power play. And this is nothing new, right? Like, we see older men in Hollywood pursue younger women all the time. I just think because it's Elvis Presley and he's such a household name, that's what raises eyebrows. Why would he, of all people, this sex symbol of the time, go after a 14-year-old girl? I really commend Sofia for taking on a controversial story that is hard to tell in such a way that doesn't romanticize it, but still has that Sofia Coppola flair of beauty, elegance, femininity. I really can confirm for you guys after seeing the film that Sofia Coppola does not in any way romanticize the relationship between Priscilla and Elvis. She tells the story in such an honest, raw way. And as I was watching the film, I kept thinking to myself how accurate it was to the book. And the book is still pretty fresh in my head because I just recently finished it about 2 months ago. I'm so glad that Priscilla is getting her justice. Like, justice for Priscilla. Justice for my girl, Priscilla, for real. I'm just so glad that Priscilla's story is now a part of the Sofia Coppola universe. Taking that same bronzer, I'm gonna go ahead and carve out my cheeks a fair amount because Priscilla's wedding look, she had the contour was snatched. So I'm gonna be fairly generous with contouring my face, adding a bit of warmth throughout the skin. All right, I'm going in with this really neutral pink blush by Milani. This is the shade Romantic Rose, and it's their Rose Powder Blush. I'm obsessed with this blush just because it's so pretty. This is so Priscilla core. Adding that to the cheeks, just for a lightly blushed. Priscilla didn't have too much blush on her wedding day. I'm just mimicking her base to the best of my ability. Yes, the hair is bad, okay? It's bad. Listen, I tried to do it like 4 times and I could not get it right. This is as close as it's gonna get. I did add a little bow. See, this blush is just like, it's just enough. It's just the right amount. All right, I'm taking this Milani Baked Highlighter in the shade Dolce Perla. I'm gonna highlight my nose with this highlighter, focusing the highlighter on the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose. Taking some more of that highlighter on the high points of my cheeks. For the majority of the eye look, I'm going to use this Colourpop little eyeshadow palette called Deja Brew, and it's just a lot of neutral shades, and I'm gonna go in with these to carve out my crease, and then we're gonna do the infamous eyeliner. Going in with this shade, Sweet Foam. I'm using this as a transition shade for the crease of my eyes. Do I think that it matters who's the better Elvis, Austin Butler or Jacob Elordi? No. I don't think it matters. I simply don't think it's the point. I think we should just hype up Priscilla and Kaylee Spaney, and that's our job as girls. I'm gonna go in with this shade, Pick Me Up, to really carve out my crease. So your eyes should look something like this so far. Now we're going to take a black eyeshadow and we're going to map out how we're going to do the eyeliner before we go in with eyeliner, just because it's so much easier that way, and it's better so you don't mess up, hopefully. I'm actually gonna go in with Salted Caramel. It's this beautiful iridescent nude shade that I'm gonna put on top of all this to give it some glam. In the reference photo, she has a double wing, a wing on the bottom lash line and on the top. So that's what we're going to map out. And then going from the center of the eye outwards, that's how you're gonna do the double wing. Instead of connecting the bottom lash line to the top, you're just going to draw it straight out to create that double wing. This is the Half Magic eyeliner. It's a really interesting applicator. What is this? I've never seen an applicator like this, but we're gonna give it a go. Okay, now that we have gone over the mapped out eyeshadow, I'm going to extend the wing onto the inner corner like she did at her wedding. This is like actually a fairly simple eye look. Like, I'm surprised at how easy it was to use this. And that is the eyeliner look. Actually, like, I kind of slayed that. Okay, I'm gonna do the other eye off camera, and then we're gonna test out that mascara. All right, y'all, listen, I never claimed to be a makeup artist. You clicked on this video of your own accord. It's okay. It's not the eyeliner's fault, it's my fault. I'm not the best at this, but you know what? I am far too lazy to do it again. So I'm gonna go in with my eyelash curler and curl my lashes before we go in with mascara. I think it'll look better once I put fake eyelashes on. We can't have a Priscilla Presley look without the fake eyelashes. Now we're gonna try out the Half Magic Eye Electric Extreme Lengthening Mascara. This is what the wand looks like. Pretty basic. We'll see if it's really extreme lengthening, but either way, I'm still gonna add falsies because Priscilla wore falsies. Okay, so the mascara it's just okay. I mean, I still recommend getting the Half Magic Priscilla set if you love Priscilla Presley like I do and you love Sofia Coppola and you just want it for your collection. I mean, definitely get it, but would I use this mascara like again? Would I buy this on its own? Probably not. I'm gonna try it on the bottom lashes. It's just a little clumpy, which I don't like. I mean, it's not bad. It looks good. Don't love it, but I'm gonna do it on the other eye. I just prefer a fluffier lash rather than like a spider lash, but it is what it is. We're already here. Can't turn back now. So like that is so clumpy. Don't like it at all. Not my favorite. No offense to Half Magic, but I do love the eyeliner. The eyeliner was a slay. This, not a slay. 0 out of 10. Going in with my absolute favorite holy grail, tried and true Ardell Wispies. Every single time I do falsies, I'm wearing these because they're comfortable, they're slay. I just take one and I cut it in half and put it on the outer corners, and that's what I'm gonna do to try to salvage this mascara hot mess. Whoever said it's hard to put lashes on with fake nails was a liar, because you can use these as like tweezers. In order to blend my lash line, I'm gonna go back in with that Half Magic eyeliner and do my best to cover the glue line. That is the finished Priscilla Presley eye makeup look, her wedding look. Squad, what do we think? Did I do a half decent job? I really tried. Please don't unsubscribe. Going in with my favorite Milani Make It Last setting spray to set all this. Now for my personal favorite part of every makeup look, the lips. I'm going in with my nude truffle lip liner. And going in with literally any pink lip gloss that you have. This is more of a dark mauve, but it works. Alright, my angels, and that is the finished Priscilla Presley makeup look. Let me know if you try this out. Send me a pic. As far as the Priscilla Half Magic eye makeup kit, love the eyeliner. I'm 100% gonna use the eyeliner again. The mascara, trash. Throw it away. Do I think you should buy this if you want? Am I glad that I have it? Yes. It's a nice little collector's piece. These are my Priscilla Presley notes. I took these while I was in the theater watching the film, and you can definitely tell that I was writing in the dark because it looks terrible. But I'm just gonna read a few things to you, some final notes. Soundtrack, A1. Agree. Soundtrack, so good. No Elvis songs on the soundtrack in the most slay way possible. Fashion, trauma. Get away from her, she's a child. Uses her as a replacement for his mother / therapist. Lonely in Graceland. She was his doll. Kaylee, so good at acting. I want a gun for every outfit. Pillow fight scene, sad face. Real. Reading the Bible is ironic. Philosophical Elvis is comical. Hair, fabulous, in all caps. Yeah, fabulous, but I can't do it, clearly. I would have treated her right for real. She's a decoration and an observer. All he does is isolate her. He is a toxic masculine. And those are my final thoughts on Priscilla. Do I recommend that you see it? Yes. If you are a fan of Sofia Coppola, it is an absolute must see. Highly, highly recommend. And again, thank you to my patron, Allie, for sending me this sweatshirt from her shop. Again, I will have it in the description. I love you guys so much, and I hope you enjoyed this style of video. I know you guys like the makeup tutorials, even though I suck at them. You still beg me to do them every single day. Here you go, you're welcome. Signed, sealed, and delivered. To you. I will see you guys next week with a new video. See you next time. Bye! But I will see you guys next week. Oh! And whenever they first started seeing each other when she was a child, someone lock him up. Let me call. Hello, police? Can we, what the hell?